funny line, but it's pretty politically incorrect, so I'm not going to use it. So the one thing I will tell you is we're consistently inconsistent right now, which maybe we should be. But, we played hard enough defensively in the first half that really we should have been up 18 or 20 points. We just made nothing again. And then when you let a team hang around, and then we made no plays when it mattered. So part of it is we don't really know who to go to. Like we try to go to Easley late. We try to go Trey in the middle. We just didn't deliver. We had probably 4 or 5 guys that didn't deliver when it mattered. But ultimately, that's on me because I have to determine who that go-to guy is. So for 3 years, we kind of knew who those guys were, and right now we don't quite, right? So that's a hard thing. And a little bit too perimeter-oriented for my liking to win the game because Jackie got a little bit tired, but Jackie made progress tonight. And so, we're going to be a work in progress. We got young guys, man. I think Primo was player of the week, rookie player of the week, and then tonight he got hit in the mouth a little bit and he didn't respond well. And that's just maturity, that's coaching. And I told Dave Harper, our athletic director, and I told our team, that game isn't going to make or break us, right? What it's going to do is determine how we play in March. Can we handle adversity? Can we figure out who our go-to people are? And we just didn't do a good job when it mattered.
What's the best way to, in your mind, can you only really figure that out in games?
I think so. Again, we had guys for 3-4 years. So you kind of know, hey, if you throw it to Marcus here or Mike Hughes there, or, we get a down screen for this guy. I mean, Jackie can score it, but you're living and dying with a little bit with the jump shot, right? And they did a good job. They took it out of his hands at the end, and we told our guys 4 times no timeouts left. So he's a young kid, but the thing I like about him is he had 2 tough games, and his work ethic has been consistently good all year long. And I give him credit because he got popped in the mouth, which he's never encountered in his whole life, and he rallied himself back tonight and played well. But we got to be more consistent.
With all these new guys, how do you balance wanting to let them get the shot of showing, proving it on the court with not giving them too long of a leash and having them actually hurt the team out there?
Well, that's a great question. So with Jackie, my thing is, look, you can let him rip all you want. It's just time and tempo of the game because he's going to make, right? He's good. He's a good long-range shooter. He's good to the rim, but he can't turn the ball over, and he has to defend, and he has to understand when things aren't going well, he can't let them rip. Those are the things we're trying to teach him. So, again, this is a whole new thing for him, but the one thing that's good about him is he's going to put time in the gym. So eventually I'm happy he played well because it's hard on me not playing him because I know he puts time in the gym, and I know he's going to be one of the best scorers we have. I was disappointed in our confidence level offensively, because I'm a coach that if you play hard defensively, I'll let you play on offense. Now, if you don't play hard defensively, I'm not going to let you play. So I was disappointed in we just looked a little jittery when it mattered, as far as we had drop-step layups, we fumbled the ball. Again, we're just trying to figure it out. And it's more even me, I don't even know what to run when it really matters yet. So, again, like you said, you can't really figure that out until you get into a game. But we should have won both those games, really. But it's just newness that cost us. Now the question is, can we handle adversity? Can we win? Can we be consistent? That's probably our biggest problem right now is we're just inconsistent. But we're new, So I told our guys in the locker room, this is going to be my probably hardest coaching job in the last, I was 3 years at St. V, I was 16 years at Akron, and I was 5 years here. So that's 24 years will be the hardest job I've had in a long time. So, again, all of it's on me. I got to teach them. But we got a good group of guys. It's just we have to figure out how to win those games because we're going to be in a million of them. The shame of it is you give up 63 and you don't win. If you look at my statistics as a coach, I bet we're about 93% wins when we hold them under 70. I don't know for sure. Dave can look that up for you at some point. But I'm almost 100% sure that usually under 70, my teams win. And we held them to 63 and we didn't win. That's remarkable. but you got to shoot some in. Like that's a weird thing about this game. Like you can think you played poorly, but at some point you got to make a basket, right? Like shooting kind of changes the whole phenomena of the game, right? Like you can play so-so, but if you make shots, you're gonna win. So we just didn't make any plays when it mattered. I thought we came out in the second half just okay, like not much juice. And I think I made a mistake. I should have played Bekelja more, because when he plays, at least we guard somebody, and I think that's key.
Ethan, the second half particularly, fouls really piled up. Just how much of that was mental and guys just continuing to learn where to be and what to do?
I don't know if it's mental or it's just stupid. Like, you just have to have discipline. That's coaching too, right? You have to have enough discipline that you're not going to foul, right? So just look at these statistics. These are outrageous. We get 17 offensive rebounds. Now, we made 20 turnovers, which I don't even know how we made them. Like, they weren't really pressuring us. We just made mistakes, charged. I mean, we shouldn't have made 20 turnovers. And that cost us. Now, they made 17. So a lot of it is just mental toughness. And in fairness to them, when you come to a new system, and our system's a little bit more than some, you can't play until you can free your brain up. So, again, you have to free your brain up and just play.
What's your approach to, you mentioned you have to free your brain up, you gotta, but what's your approach to kind of fixing that going into, you've got a big kind of away tournament, your first real big road trip with such a new young group? How do you keep them mentally tough going into that, especially after a night like this?
Well, just think about it. We've played 3 games, and we haven't shot above 38% yet. Do you ever think about that? And think about it. Every game's been close. So if we can ever just kind of get it together, we're going to win our share if we can. We just got to shoot at a higher rate than that. So is it shot selection? Is it ball movement? Is it scheme? Again, in fairness, we're trying to figure out where we got to go to get baskets.
Does it exasperate the problem with the guy that had now 27 points in one night, another guy on the scene cropping up?
It's
It's
a hell of a question. So really what you're asking me is who should play? You want to know the answer? What do you think the answer is?
Everybody.
I don't know.
So you really didn't think this was going to play out like this, or you're not sure?
Well, I told you last interview, right, that we're going to keep throwing Jackie out there, right? I told you that, right? Because I know he can score. Now, his decision-making's not where it needs to be yet, but his heart's in the right place, right? So I'm going to throw him out there every single day. And, we thought about this at the beginning of the year that we were going to play those two together. And then it didn't quite pan out because he didn't play great, right? And Primo kind of won the spot. But then Primo had a rough one tonight, right? So now where do I go? Does Tyson play? Does Toby play? Does Mikey Bekelja play? I thought Rotroff played better than Trey tonight, right? Now he could only play 10 minutes. That was his limit. But he played better, right? We were a little bit bigger. He defended a little better around the rim. And then you add RJ to the mix. That changes things too. So it's ridiculously hard when you don't know who to play. It wasn't that hard last year, right? Like Toby's another example. Toby's been fair, but tonight he was pretty good. So do we start him next game? Like, you can't be good like that, right? Until you get, solidified, it's hard to be really good. Until guys know exactly when they're coming in the game, when they're not coming in the game, it's hard to be really good.
Do you relish this challenge, I guess?
Oh, I hate it, but I love it. It's a hell of a challenge. Basically what we did is we've restarted. We've rebooted, right? Which we didn't anticipate, right? We've had to, but look, this is what I do. I've been in harder things than this in my life. I don't like it. I don't like where we're at, but it's a hell of a challenge, and I'm gonna coach them hard. I'm gonna coach them, and they're gonna get better. And if we can get through this year reasonably well, we should be really good next year, right? That's kind of how I look at it. Now, with that being said, don't take that the wrong way, because I want to be really good this year. But it's going to take us some time, right? Like, and those are hard decisions. Should we just throw those 2 freshman talented guys out there and live with their mistakes because the upside's a little bit higher and get our brains beat in a little bit along the way? Or do we play the more stable guys like Bakelja? Like, those are hard decisions, aren't they? I mean, so what I've tried to do is I've tried to make those young guys earn it. And really everybody earn it, right? That's really kind of how I do this thing. Like, earn your stuff, right? Earn it. And I think if we do that, like, that's what I liked about Jack tonight, is he's been unhappy as could be. And look, I don't mind him being unhappy. Why is that, you think? Any good player wants to play, and he puts time in. Now, he's got a lot of stuff to work on, but he could do one thing, and I told you that. He's one of the best shooters in America. I told you guys that. And listen, when you shoot it like that, it's hard to keep him in front, right? Because you got to go way out to guard him. So should you let the guy shoot those bombs? Steph Curry shoots those bombs. Now, if we could ever get Primo and him playing good together, which is kind of a tricky deal too, right? Because they're both ball dominant, right? That becomes difficult. Then you got a chance, right? You got a chance to be pretty good.
So you're kind of learning very slow.
I don't know. Like, again, you know me, I'm always honest. I don't know how it's going to play out. I don't know who our best 3-man is. Like, Leon hadn't made anything, but he's shown he can score at the college level. And then Toby didn't make anything, and then all of a sudden he played pretty good tonight. So it's a hard job right now. Like, we just got to continue to get better. And I gave it to them pretty good in there, mostly not about how they played, but just making sure they fought through adversity. I thought we wilted a little bit. You know what I mean? Just emotionally, right? Like, we got to do better than that. And that's on me too. Like, I feel like I'm hard on them in practice, so when they get in those situations, they can kind of battle through. But I'm not like, I don't like it, but I'm not disappointed. I want to win every game, and I feel like I hate losing it here as well, right? Like, I think home court is really important, but like, we have to understand like what we're going through, which it's going to take us a little bit, but we got a chance. We got to play better on the inside. That's really the key for us. And it might be that we play a little bigger. That might be part of it too. That's a big change, right? Like, right now we're playing kind of small. So it might be, hey, a 5, Trey at the 4. It could be that. We're not there yet because we're not healthy enough.
Do you feel like this is a trend with the transfer portal?
No,
There's some other schools that are losing games, you raise your eyes.
yeah, you could be right. I think there's more parity in college basketball because of the transfer portal. Like, you figure the guy they got from Marquette, like, without him, they're not near as good. Right? He's a good player. He started at Marquette. Good coach. He's won a lot of games. He's coached a long time. It's a whole different ball game now. And part of it is we're a little more sophisticated offensively,